Hell realm. How could this be a hell realm? How could this be a hell realm? Well, look at the design. Look at the way this place operates and behaves. Look at the engineering of this realm. Observe the realm and try to understand where you are. It's important to understand where you are. This is part of the esoteric. It's deeper than the surface, deeper than the surface level, deeper than a volcano or a gold mine or an iron ore mine or a coal mine. Miles and miles deeper. Deeper than these Viking mountains. See my ravens? How is this realm designed? Well, let's begin here. There's a lot of occult symbolism within this realm, which has been around, as far as we can tell, for thousands and thousands of years. Used for thousands of years. Symbolism, occult symbolism. Now, why would that be? What does that indicate about the realm that you live in? See the one-eye symbol in the sun here? This is just an example. Just an example. Let's study where we are. Let's look at this together. Are you with me? Can you focus for a few minutes? Can you focus for 10, 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour? How much can you focus? Is your focus longer than 5 seconds? Can you study? Can you focus? Can you try to understand? Can you use your mind, conscious mind and subconscious? He's one of my ravens, flying through an evil realm with lightning. Let's talk about the weather, atmospheric conditions, wind, destructive winds, lightning storms, thunderstorms with lightning, causing forest fires, causing fires and death, striking, lightning strikes animals, farm animals, wild animals, and people. Lightning strikes and kills people. Sometimes it strikes and kills cows out in the field and horses. Do you ever think of that? And birds. But lightning's good. Does a good thunderstorm feel good sometimes in the summertime? Yes. It can be exhilarating and exciting. But is it destructive? Yes. Does it harm life? Yes. Is that hidden from you? Do most people ever consider that? Let's go a little bit deeper. Nature. One-eye symbolism again. Now the baby truthers would start jumping up and down and spazzing out and throwing a tantrum and pointing the finger at the screen. He's a Freemason. He's Illuminati. He's using this symbol. Well, I'm trying to teach you something here. Isn't that remarkable? I'm trying to teach you something for free. I'm not asking for $150 or $300 a month. God level, like Erica Dubé or OTW and some of these channels charge hundreds of dollars a month. Hundreds. That Godis guy charges $200 an hour for a phone call, and people pay it. People pay it. I'm trying to show you how this place works for free. You got to pay attention. You got to pay attention. You got to focus a little bit, man or lady. Here's a goddess. How is this realm designed? Well, there's a sun and a moon and an earth, seemingly at least. Could be an illusion. You're in a realm filled with illusions. It's a hall of mirrors on steroids, full of psyops, illusions, trickery, deceptions, lies, lies upon lies upon lies, mountains of lies. It's a tricky place. It's not simple, man. It's complex. isn't it? Look at all the gods and goddesses in this place. There's thousands upon thousands. There might even be over 100,000 different ones throughout quote-unquote history, human history. Now, why would that be? Why would that be? Maybe it's designed that way to confuse you. Here's one of my ravens. I downloaded this piece of art. It's not my piece, but it's still one of my ravens. Out in a very dystopic realm. You're in a dark place. Is nature for you or is it against you? Nature, as a lot of people are hung on. They're stuck on New Agers and Godus and Forever Con Man and quote truthers. A lot of people are stuck on nature. Well, nature tries to harm you. Nature doesn't embrace you and cuddle you and feed you and clothe you and shelter you. Nature doesn't give a fuck. If you starve, if you freeze, if you overheat and die of heat stroke, die of thirst, dehydration, nature doesn't care. Nature will poison you with berries and mushrooms. Do you ever consider that? Do you ever think? Are you thinking? Are you trying to see? Are you even trying to break through the layers of conditioning? Are you trying to break the spell you're under? Here's a goddess. You going to worship Mother Earth like it's a goddess? Life eats life here by design. Everything is eating everything else. Every single second of every day, every moment, day and night. Life eats life. That's the design. And people are worried about me having a cheeseburger. Well, go out in nature, go out in the wilderness and see what's happening. See how animals tear each other to shreds. Everything's eating something else. Right down to birds eating worms. Right down to bacteria eating other bacteria and microbes in the soil. Everything is devouring everything else. It's a feeding frenzy worldwide. You're in a very dark place. And a lot of you don't want to admit it. And by you, I'm speaking in general about humanity, humans, people, as Ian from We Are Awake TV channel, he called it a TV channel. What a coincidence, right? That's by design. To rub it in your face, YouTube has TV channels. They name them TV channels. People, as he says, people. And I do inject humor into my videos, my videos, as some call them, videos. Because it's a dark place, and these are dark topics. And I will do it the way I want to do it. I'm going to do what I'm going to do, the way I do it. If you want to do better, or you think you can do better, start a channel of your own. Make videos. Go make thousands of videos. Make 100 videos on the truth. But most of you can't. You'll just make videos bashing me, right? That's easier. Because YouTube allows that. And because you don't have any wisdom, spiritual wisdom, ideas, truth, theories of your own to make videos, to cover topics, you can't do it. That's the reality. My critics can't do anything but bash me with insults. That's all they can do. Here's another raven. So how is this realm designed? Life eating life. We'll start off there. Under the sea, on the land, in the air, under the ground, not just on the land, under the soil. Everywhere you look, life is eating life. Everywhere. That's the design. Nothing here survives without taking the lives of other living beings or living creatures. Life eats life. You can't eat non-living matter and live here. It doesn't work that way. It has to be alive to sustain you and feed you and fuel you. That's the design. That's not my fault. I didn't design it this way. I didn't create this place. I didn't engineer this place. If I were running this realm or if I were running some type of other realm and somebody came to me as an engineer or designer with this mapped out and said, this is what I want to create, King Stephen. I want to create a realm like this earth here, this hell realm. I'd say, fuck you. Are you deranged? with deformed beings, deformed animals, crippled animals born, crippled, deformed humans, ones born with genetic disorders, diseases. All the suffering in this place, I'd say, are you fucking psychotic and deranged? I'd crumple up their design if it was on paper or something digital and destroy it and say, fuck you. You need your spirit checked instead of your head checked. You're fucked. Look at this here. The divine masculine and the divine feminine. The sun and the moon. Light and dark. Don't you see the beauty, man? Don't you see the beauty? Yeah, I do. I see it quite often. All kinds of places. I see beauty in many things. But I still know where I am. If I was locked in a dungeon that smelled like a sewer, I could still daydream about beauty, but I'd know where I am. I wouldn't become delusional and go into denial and become a Stockholm slave. I would be planning and plotting my escape. I would recognize where I am. I'm acutely aware of where I am. I face reality, which some of you don't do. And you get upset and you get all up in your feelings when I say you're not strong enough. You better toughen up, cupcake, if you want to get out of here. You better not have a scrawny little neck like Ian from We Are Awake TV channel. Look at this image here. The glory, the power and the glory and the beauty and the darkness and the wildness and the intelligence and the free spirits shown here should be an inspiration for you and motivate you. It should. But will it? I don't know. That's up to you. Some of you have work to do. You have work to do spiritually. A lot of women in this realm are not feminine anymore. They're not in touch with their femininity. A lot of men are not in touch with their masculinity. I'm showing you something here. And I know this is AI, but I designed it. I kept going and going until I got an image like this to demonstrate something to you, to try to reach you. Some of you want simple answers. This realm is this realm is that. You're not thinking spiritually. And then you get upset. You get up in your feelings when you're told the truth. Well, what the fuck do you want? Comfortable lies? Or do you want real truth? You better decide that while you're here, man or lady, while you're here in your body in this realm, before you leave. You're leaving one day. Your body will perish. It will degrade and perish. Even if you live to a ripe old age of 101, your time here is limited. You better do the work while you're here. Stop making fucking excuses. And stop listening to what I say or barely listening and changing it entirely into something else automatically. I know what I'm saying. What you should do, whether you agree or disagree, is try to understand what I'm saying first, and then go into your disagreements or your different views. A lot of you aren't focused on understanding because you've never done it. You've lived a lifetime of not listening, not paying attention, not focusing. You're sabotaging yourself. As much as it may annoy me, you're going into the recycling bin unless you fix that and change and work on that. Work on yourself. A lot of you think you have it all covered and you're just typing away during live streams, typing and not listening, not understanding, not focusing, changing the topic to whatever the fuck is on your mind, like usually baby truther topics. Go take another spin on the roulette wheel. Come on, take another spin and see what life script you get next. Some people see that and say, no, it's Russian roulette, Stephen. No, it isn't. This is my analogy. Don't try to change it to Russian roulette. Russian roulette doesn't fit this realm. The life script, look how many that can land on, red or black, all those numbers around the wheel. Many possibilities. for your life script. It isn't just Russian roulette, spin until bang, you're gone. That's not the analogy. You're missing the point if immediately say, well, no, it's Russian roulette. No, you missed the point then. You missed the point of the roulette wheel spinning. You missed it. You don't get what I'm talking about. And that's what some of you do. I notice this all the time. Every live stream, there's people that don't pay attention, don't understand what I'm saying. Their first reaction is to immediately try to change what I'm saying, twist my words into something else. Usually something that doesn't fit and doesn't make sense. So at the end of your life, you're going to have a puzzle that doesn't fit, puzzle pieces that don't fit, unless you work on that. The casino, the rigged casino and roulette wheel is the perfect analogy for life scripts. You don't know what you're going to get. And some of you are fixated for some reason on trying to change it into Russian roulette, where there's one bullet. That doesn't fit the afterlife when you get handed a life script and recycled. You're not thinking. You're not thinking. You're trying to do what's easy again. And instead of paying attention, changing what I'm saying into something entirely different. So then you're missing my message. Then I have to ask you, what are you doing here? Why are you watching my videos? Why are you on my channel? If you're not going to pay attention and at least try to understand my message. At least try. Again, whether you agree or not, you have to try to understand it first before you get to the agree or disagree stage. Some of you are jumping the gun right to disagreeing and changing what I'm saying and trying to muddy the waters. You're basically like programmed robots then. You can't pay attention. And I don't think you could in an art gallery either. You'd probably spend 3 to 5 seconds on a painting before you wander away because you have no attention span and no focus. You should work on that. So when people say do the spiritual work, I'm giving you suggestions. Work on your focus and paying attention and trying to understand things on a deeper level. Work on that. Work on that. Look at the image on the screen. That represents me as a wizard or a sorcerer with raven wings. Some of you right off the bat would say, oh, those are angel wings, Stephen. You're quick to disagree rather than listen for a moment and try to understand what I'm showing you. You have a problem. And I had former friends in my past just like that. I've dealt with it my whole life. You better work on that. And part of it is your ego. You immediately think you know best and you're going to change it. I'll show you sometimes a piece of my artwork or show a friend and they'd say, I would have done this differently. Well, great. Paint something yourself then. If you have a problem with what I made, why don't you do it yourself? Make a channel yourself. Do artwork. Make videos. Do whatever. This is a realm of suffering. By design. It's designed this way. 10,000 diagnosable, named diseases for human beings discovered and documented so far. There could be many, many more. There could be new ones popping up in this matrix, this sewer matrix system. Genetic disorders, unavoidable. Doesn't matter what your diet is. If you eat the cleanest, healthiest organic food, it doesn't matter. You're going to age and degrade and die anyway. Some of you don't like to hear that. Because as soon as I talk about food, you say, eat organic, and you're just programmed like robots. And you call yourselves truthers and awake. And you just sound like robots to me. You don't even realize it. You lack the self-awareness. You just spew out things. You just bash the chemical mess stuff in the grocery store. You say the most obvious shit, and then you'll say, eat organic. You're still going to die. You don't like that? It's true. Your body's going to age. It's going to get old. It's going to degrade and fall apart. You're going to get diseases or heart disease or cancer or something. And eventually you're going to die, even if you die of old age. They call it old age, with your heart stopping. Even if you eat the best fucking diet in this realm and you spend the most money on it, that's the result. You end up in the same place that people that ate the junkiest food, the most unhealthy food. Same destination. Some of you don't like that. You'll say, last night in my chat, somebody was saying, eat organic. Great. You think you have the silver bullet solution. You're baby truthers. You don't like to hear it. You turn up your nose when I say that. You get offended and it hits you in your feelings. Well, then stop acting like that. Start learning. Start thinking before you speak. Start thinking. A lot of you assume that you know what I'm going to cover and what it's about, and I show you the food in the forest, and almost nobody gets it. Ren was someone that understood. They eat the food left by humans because they're hungry, because there isn't food everywhere you look in the forest. It's scarce. Nature's not Mother Nature. It's not bountiful. There's not food all over the ground in nature and all over the trees. Go walk through the forest for miles and miles. You'll hardly find any berries that are edible that won't make you sick. And then if you eat all of them, then they're done. Where are you going to eat the next day? Do you know how many miles you could cover trying to find food? And how much energy and calories you'll burn trying to forage and find food? You're burning calories as you're looking. You're hiking and hiking for hours and hours, and you're burning calories. You need calories to live. There's a lot of poisoned, inedible berries and mushrooms and plants and leaves in nature, in beautiful, beautiful nature. So you better know what you're doing before you eat something. You better boil and purify that water, because you can't drink out of a stream or a pond or a lake or a river the way a deer can or a wolf. You're not a wild animal. You don't have the same immune system and digestive system and ability to kill these parasites and bacteria that can be very harmful to humans. It can make you very sick, or it can end you. Do you like that? Well, that's the way God designed you. That's God's design of your body. You're not designed to live in nature. It's brutal in nature. A lot of you just are focused on, well, it looks pretty, Stephen. Don't you see the beauty? Well, get a little scratch in nature that draws blood and don't treat it. Don't have anything, no first aid kit, no nothing to put on it. No polysporin, as they call it, Canada, neosporin, antibacterial. See what happens. If you get an infection, then you're fucked. Then you can turn into gangrene if you're out in the wild for months. You can die in the wilderness from a scratch on a tree bark or a branch or a twig or something. Scratches your arm or your face or your leg, your calf, whatever. Do you like that? Do you like that design? How fragile you are? Do you like that? Maybe you do, maybe you don't, I don't know. Maybe you like that. Do you like the design of this realm, that you have to eat all the time and use the bathroom and wash yourself and do maintenance on your body with your fingernails and toenails and everything else? Isn't that fantastic? And you can get parasites. You can get all kinds of sicknesses, even just from water or drinking or eating food or eating vegetables or eating fish. It's wonderful, isn't it? And what about nature with the hurricanes and tornadoes and destructive earthquakes that collapse buildings and bridges and destroy, and firestorms that can destroy cities or states and forest fires, blizzards and great floods and tsunamis and cyclones and volcanic eruptions that destroy? All sorts of things built into the design. How are you going to fix that, man? The people that say this could be heaven. Well, how are you going to fix that? How are you going to fix life eating life? Everything has to eat something else. Whether you have a pet dog or cat or a wolf or a tiger or a lion, hyena or a hawk or an owl or an eagle or a raven or fish in the ocean, everything's eating everything else and suffering, causing suffering and death. How are you going to fix that? People that say it could be a heaven realm, if we just fix the economy and the tax system, that's nothing compared to what I'm talking about. I'm talking about things designed into the actual realm, engineered to be this way. Humans can't fix it. You can get rid of all governments on earth and all banks and money, fiat currency. It doesn't fix these things. The realm is designed to be a hell realm. Whether you have a good life or not, whether you have enough money or you're homeless, that doesn't change what the realm is. It's not about feelings or feeling good. I feel good lots of days. The realm's still a hell realm. I'm not the realm. I'm not saying it's a hell realm because I feel bad or my life is bad or I'm miserable or depressed or I'm this or that, like demons always try to put it onto. That's false. I'm saying it's a hell realm because it's designed to be that way. It was this way before I came here. It will be this way after I leave. I'm not making it a hell realm. It is a hell realm. It is a sewer matrix. It's designed this way. It's the worst design ever. God's plan is the worst plan ever. God's design sucks. If you believe in your God, it's a fucking demon. Or a bunch of demons. I don't care what books you go by. You can go by the Bible. You can look at the Buddhist text. You can be a Taoist. You could be a Zen Buddhist. You could be a Hindu. I don't care what you go by. You could be into Kabbalah, Jewish mysticism. You could be into the dark arts, Satanism, Luciferianism, whatever. This realm is what it is. Whatever designed it is not good. It's demonic. Completely savage, brutal, sadistic, evil, deranged, demonic, sickening, perverted, perverse, amoral, disgusting, evil beyond evil, to make a design this way. This place never should have existed. Evil is built into the design. It's run by evil, not just evil governments, the whole system. Nature itself here is ruled over by evil. Wild animals have to deal with it. They suffer. They do better in captivity, domesticated quite often, and they're very different, their temperament. They could be a hyena or a fox or a wolf, can be more like a puppy or a kitten. Look into it. Do the research, man. Don't be lazy. Look at 1/100th of the videos that I've already watched. Just do a drop of the research, at least. Some of you don't even do that much. You won't look. You have all kinds of ideas and opinions about what this place is, but you won't observe what it actually is. You're too afraid to look. You're the coward that won't look in the mirror, aren't you, some of you? You'll call yourselves beautiful and you're narcissistic and somebody holds up a mirror in front of you and you turn away and you look the other way. You can't face yourself. You can't face yourself, some of you. You better toughen up, cupcake, because it's going to get tougher here. A lot tougher. And it's not easy to get out of here either. Why is that? Because you have to face the truth while you're here, before you leave, before your body perishes. Some of you won't do that. You're too weak and cowardly, and you make all kinds of excuses. That's what you do. I share all sorts of things that people won't look at. Because you're afraid, or it makes you sad, or you hate it. Well, then what are you going to do on your way out when these demons scare the shit out of you? You going to cower to them? What are you going to do when evil's right in your face? What are you going to do? I'm not saying this to scare you. I've been trying my heart out to get people to prepare, to strengthen themselves spiritually while they're here. But a lot of people leave my channel. That reveals a lot to me about how weak they are. They'd rather group together with evil losers, weaklings, than face the truth of how this place is designed. What do you think runs Google and YouTube and all social media, whether it's TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube? Doesn't matter. You're in an evil realm ruled by evil. And there's entities outside of this realm on the next level of this matrix that are also evil. And this whole system that you're in right now currently is evil. Whether you like it or not, whether you could admit it or not, doesn't change what it is. We could both be staring at a grizzly bear and you could deny that it's a grizzly bear. It's still a grizzly bear. We could both be looking at a tornado that's 2 miles wide, a massive tornado that's going to rip through a town and destroy it. And you could say, I don't care, mind over matter, it's not doing anything. It doesn't exist. And I'm looking at it, it does exist. A lot of you are in denial, and that's weak. You're weak. Other channels won't call you that because they want to lose subscribers. They don't want to lose subscribers. They're afraid to lose subscribers. And I'm not. Go away if you're weak. If you're not a real truth seeker, if you don't care about the truth, go away. Go somewhere else. Go to a feel-good New Age channel or some bullshit channel that'll spoon-feed you bullshit. Go away from me. I don't want you. And I don't want baby truthers either that have barely scratched the surface and are always patting themselves in the back, calling themselves awake, and they haven't looked deeply into this at all. They're looking at topics that I got over 10 years ago. They're looking at flat earth. They're stuck on one topic. They're one trick pony, one topic baby truthers. That's what they are. They're stuck. Low level. Go ahead. Stay stuck on that for the next decade or 20 years. It's not going to help you get out if you're on your deathbed thinking about that. It's not going to help you get out. I'm trying to get you to focus on the most important topics, and some of you can't see that. Your spirit's going to outlive your body. How about you start facing facts, facing reality, facing where you are, facing this is an evil, destructive, sadistic, sick design. It is engineered and designed to cause suffering. From the human's central nervous system, nerves, pain receptors, to everything about us, our organs, digestive system, everything here is designed for suffering, including life eating life, so-called acts of God or natural disasters. This whole hell realm system, this sewer matrix recycling system, is designed to recycle everything, including bodies, waste, and spirits, and to cause massive suffering all the time to some in this realm. Wake the fuck up.